Wow, okay, what a day, what a weekend. I don't even know where to start. I haven't eaten since like 8 o'clock this morning when I had a bagel from Panera, and now I finally got some good shit, although I don't want to ruin this shirt, so like, take it off. I like my shirt too much. I'm gonna bra it on, so it's fine. Wow, okay. So, it's been probably like one of the most incredible weekends of my entire life. 100%. Okay, so Saturday, I woke up to Jeremy knocking on my door. And that was really nice. We spent the day together. We went to Perimeter Mall, and that was cool. It was a good vibe, you know, good time. Nothing fancy. And then, actually I have to look at my camera because I can't quite remember what we did afterwards on Saturday. Okay. Yeah, so we went to Perimeter Mall, and I think we just like drove around, went to his house for a bit, and then we went to Northern China Eatery, which I came back to today for this incredible fried rice. It's so good. Like real shit. Oh, hot. And we got ice cream afterwards, and it was a good time. So, we spent the night at my house, and that was a really good way to wake up. I love waking up next to him. He's got a very cute face. Saucy. And then Sundays where things get really, really good. Like, really good. Okay. So, we get ready for the day. I get ready. He charges his car. It was nice to have a little bit of space. Then we go to his house. He gets ready. I make him breakfast, clean up a bit. And then we head out. And Sunday is a concert day, so we had like a timeline. We headed to Little Five Points, which is in East Atlanta Village. Never been there before. And Jeremy was like, okay, this is where your people are. This is where like the main characters, they are here. And I was like, okay, let's do it. The goal was to find an outfit for the concert. So the first store we went to, it was like a thrift store, and it was cool, and I found these really cool like boots, but I decided not to get them. And then the next store we head into is a store called Wish. So we get into Wish, and like I'm looking at all these really beautiful clothes. I love it. So they've got racks on the wall. Here's a corner, another rack. And I'm looking at this rack right here. On a wall, it's next to a corner. And I'm looking at this shirt. Yeah, okay, I'll read it. Pada Gratitude Prayer. Universe, I thank you for the land and the sky and the sea. There is so much you give me, so much that you share, it is hard to count the blessings. And the ways that you care. You have given me a home and the trees that are above me. You have given me animal friends and fellow souls to guide me. On this day of equal light and dark, I thank you for this balance. I give thanks for all of these and more, for the green blades of grass and for the blue of the sea. For all of these and more, thank you. I read this and I was like, I need this in my closet 100%. I've never spent this much on a t-shirt before, but we're doing it. And I'm like, looking at these pants. I'm looking at these pants, and they're like these really cool jeans. They've got like dyed designs on them. And Jeremy's behind me. And all of a sudden, I hear him go, "Yo, are you a rapper?" I turn around, and I'm looking Smino in his eyes. Like, it was the most random thing ever. I was in, like, sweatpants, a black shirt, no bra, got the forces on. I didn't have any makeup on, which is fine. And I turn around, and Smino is shopping, like, looking through the clothes in the rack next to mine. And when I turn around, after Jeremy asked that, I'm looking him directly in his eyes, and life just stops. Time stopped. I was like, what is happening here? Like, imagine just going out one day just to enjoy the day, and all of a sudden I'm standing face to face with, like, how do I explain what Smino means to me? He's not my idol, but he's like a massive source of inspiration. Like, I see myself reflected in him so much, and he has been a pivotal icon of my entire development. He just speaks to my heart, and always has, and I've been like a Smino, like, groupie almost for years. I'm not a groupie, but like, first couple years I followed him, hell yeah. Now I've chilled. Now I didn't even get a picture with him. I don't need to. But that was wild. So he's like shopping around the store. I'm just like, I don't know what life is right now. I don't know what's happening. Like, my brain legitimately just stopped working. I tried on these pants, they did not fit. I bought them anyways. The most expensive pair of pants I've ever bought. Like, $160 pair of pants. And they don't even fit me, which is fine, because I'm going to get them altered, but they're main character pants, for sure. Yeah, Jeremy was like, go talk to him. I'm like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what life is right now. My brain does not work. I looked at him. He looked at me in the eyes when I first turned around. That was cool. I was going to ask him if he liked those pants, but then he walked away. And then across the store, our eyes met again right before he went downstairs. He went downstairs to look at shoes, and that's where Jeremy was, and they had a chance to talk, and that was super cool. And he was in front of me in line, and right as he was like checking out, he put on a hat and looked in the mirror, and I told him I liked his hat, and he goes, appreciate it, which that was cool. Wow. Yeah, that was just absolutely incredible. And then we went on a walk on the Beltline, and that was a beautiful, beautiful thing. It was a beautiful day, a great walk. Never been on the Beltline before, so it was perfect. We get to my house, we change, I get ready, we pick up Terry, Jeremy's friend, from work, who's going to the concert with us, pick up weed, smoke the weed, on the way to the Battery, meet Tasia, have a great time at Punch Bowl Social.
I heard they were good. Me too.
We have a great time in Punch Bowl Social. We're all like getting to know each other, and we took a couple shots, and I'm like, wow, I am just so grateful to have a beautiful group of friends, and like it's meshing, it's going well. I'm so grateful for Tasia. We get to the concert. It was great. Concert was wonderful. I took too many shots though. I drank like 5 tequila shots. I don't even know why. But I know my limit. I didn't black out. Things are a little hazy, but yeah, I definitely like threw up on the way home, because also when Smino was done with his part of the concert, we dipped, went to Jeremy's car and smoked again, and went to Steak and Shake and got hella fries. And then Tasia went to her car. She went home. I was really drunk. I'd never been that drunk before. Like, I was 100% not in control of myself, and I'd never been that way before. So that was interesting. Lessons learned. Lessons learned. We got back to my apartment, and so first we dropped Terry off at his apartment. I threw up outside of Terry's apartment. Then we went to the gas station, and I threw up more in the gas station. And then we got to my apartment, and I went to the toilet again, and I fell asleep on the toilet. Really, is like my head like resting on the toilet. Reminds me of that story my mom told me about how she did that one time. So yeah, I felt really awful, like, after all those tequila shots. So lesson learned, I definitely don't want to be drinking anytime soon. But you know, it's cool. It was a good time. It was so fun to just, I mean, Smino's a great performer. He's a great performer. He's so engaging, and like what made it like so fun for me is like Tasia was really into it. Tasia's so cute. I love her so much, and it was just such a good time. And then today I wake up, Jeremy goes to work, and well, in the middle of the night, like 5 a.m., I wake up from the bathroom and headed into my bedroom, sleep with Jeremy. I didn't sleep very well, but it's cool. So he got up pretty early and left to go to work. I had a lot of emotions when I woke up this morning. A lot, so I was processing them. I went to Panera and I got myself a nice little Asiago bagel. And when I walked into the Panera, it felt like the same Panera I walked into when I was a kid. Like, the layout was the same. It was so nostalgic for me. I get my bagel. I have a seat, and there's just a small table with one seat facing the window. The sun's shining on it. I'm like, this seat is meant for me. So I go, I sit down, I enjoy my bagel. And as I was getting towards the end of my bagel, a Dixie Chicks song comes on, Taking the Long Way Around. Like, so all of a sudden, it's like 9 a.m. and I'm crying in the Panera. Like, haven't showered, still had makeup on from last night. Not very much, you can't really tell. I had my glasses on, was free balling in my pajamas, in my slides, crying. Like, really good, like, happy tears. Like, I just, so grateful to be alive. So grateful to be alive. So grateful to live my life. So grateful to have met Smino, to have gone to his concert, to now be enjoying my Monday. And he has a pop-up event. He had a pop-up event today. So I get dressed, I pray, and I meditate in the shower, and I get dressed for the day, and then I head to the pop-up location. It was in, close to like South Fulton, I think. It was a beautiful neighborhood. I loved it. There were murals everywhere. Right across from the pop-up, there was this beautiful mural of this little black child, and like bees and flowers around him. There were Basquiat crowns in his hair, and it said, "God is love." I was like, Smino, I see what you did. You did this on purpose. I see what you did. I saw so many angel numbers yesterday, like a stupid amount. Like I saw pretty much every angel number I ever prayed to multiple times, like one after another, after another, after another, after another. Today, I also saw hella angel numbers, and I was anxious because I was like, I was worried that I wouldn't have a chance to say what I wanted to say to Smino. And I got that chance. So on Friday, I wrote him a note because I thought he might come into the cheetah. I was like, okay, maybe prepared. So I wrote him a note. I didn't have it with me when I ran into him on Sunday. He didn't come into the cheetah on Friday. And I tried to get it to him at the concert, but that did not work very well. Did not work very well. And that's okay. That's okay, because the concert wasn't the right vibe. It was not the right vibe. I was worried that I wouldn't get a chance to say what I wanted to say, and that I had missed my opportunity by not talking to him in the store. But it just didn't feel right in the store, you know? Like, he's just, like, vibing, living his life, and, like, I didn't have the words to say what I wanted to say. My brain legitimately stopped working. There was nothing like that. Like, turning around and seeing my idol standing behind me, shopping at the same store. Like, okay, main character moment. Also, heavy, heavy, heavy presence of God. Like, oh my God. That is just so divine. Like, the most divine thing. I was the only woman in the store. We were one of, like, a handful of people. A couple other people, like, dapped him up and, like, left. And that was it. It was so divine. We'd only been in the store maybe, like, 5 minutes before Smino got there. When he left, I left before he did. And we were getting ready to leave, and I was like, no, actually, I want that shirt. Because I bought the pants, I didn't buy the shirt. And once Smino left, I went back in there, and I bought the shirt. And it was cool to see him, like, walk out with, like, his bodyguard and his management. And I was just like, damn, just 3 people walking down the street. There Smino is, in Atlanta. Wild. So the pop-up had a hella long line. I got there at 12:30. Pop-up opened at, like, noon. And it was a very long line. An hour later, I'm getting closer to the front. I'm maybe like 10, 15 feet away from the front. And I start hearing screams. And Smino pulls up in his Escalade. A very rock star moment. So, you know, he takes a while to, like, do his thing, whatever. I'm still standing in line, and all of a sudden I'm the next person in line. Like, I'm gonna go into the pop-up, and now Smino's there, and he's, like, talking to people and taking pictures, and it took me a good, like, 20 minutes or so to, like, talk to him, because he kept moving around, and lots of people getting his attention, which I'm perfectly okay with that. The more time I could spend in Smino's presence, the better. Patience is a virtue. Good things come to those who wait. I got a chance to talk to some people too. So good. And he looks so, so beautiful. As always. He always looks beautiful. He's got such great energy. But I could tell that he was a little... It's just like sensory overload. I'm sure it was a lot for him. Everybody's asking you to take pictures and calling his name and wanting his attention. And it was really cool just to like see him interact and just be there like live in front of me, like a couple feet away, and like I was really close during the concert, so that was cool too. Yeah. So when I was waiting in line, I was the next person in line, I was talking to this guy. He was like part of the professional team. I didn't know what he was doing, but he had a camera, and I asked him, I was like, what kind of camera is that? Like, do you shoot? We made small talk, and he asked if I shoot, and I was like, I want to get into it. And I pulled out my little disposable camera. I was like, I have one shot left. And he was like, okay, make it count. And I was like, you know it. So that was cool. He was nice. And the lady working the door was like, you haven't talked to him yet? I'm like, look, patience is a virtue. We'll get there. He keeps moving around. So I get into, like, he started inside for a minute, then he went outside, then he went back inside. So when he was back inside, I got a chance to talk to him. There was this guy standing next to me, and he asked me to take a picture of him and Smino. I was like, yeah, sure. After that, I went up to him, I gave him a hug, which I thought was really cool. Kind of wish I could have stayed in that moment for a little bit longer. And I handed him my note. I told him, I was like, I saw you at Wish yesterday. My friend was like, yo, are you a rapper? And I was like, turned around, and you were standing behind me. I was like, how do you know who Smino is? Like, wild. Anyways, so that was cool. He didn't really say much. It was an overwhelming setting. I didn't need to. So I asked him if I could take a picture, and I used my last shot on the camera to take a picture of his necklace. Yeah, I love a good macro shot. And before I got my chance to talk to him, the guy's name is VJ, and he works as part of like the merchandise setup. Yeah. And I asked him if I could take his picture. And so he does. He says yeah. And he like does the thing, hide a smile, and it's like, no, you should smile. You've got a great smile. And so he let me take a picture of him smiling, which is really good. And that was before I talked to Smino. And I got my little thing with Sming. I really hope he reads that note. It is a beautiful note. I put my heart and soul into it. I had to rewrite it because the original one got lost during the concert, and like I crushed it. I was so drunk, but it's cool. Yeah, I hope he reads it, and I hope he feels very, very loved. Like, I hope he feels seen. I hope he feels seen in like a deeper way than just as Smino. I hope he feels seen as Chris. That's the goal. That's my intention with it. And it was just so cool to be like, we've ran into, like, I've been in your vicinity because law of attraction is real. I am a reflection of you. You are a reflection of me. Like, fate intertwined us together. And it was on a small scale, and that's cool because everything starts small. Everything starts small, and it was a beautiful opportunity to be able to look into his eyes. He has beautiful eyes. And you know, the eyes are the window into the soul. They say everything they need to say, even though he didn't say much. Like when we talked, I got everything I needed from his eyes. He would scan the crowd, and our eyes would meet a couple times. Not very long, but it's like, it's just one of those innate things. Like, I know, you know. And I know, we both know. There are just some things that don't need to be said. And that's all it is. God does all the talking. So after I walked out, I got a chance to talk to VJ more. And He was asking me what there's to do in Atlanta. I threw out some things, and he asked me what I was doing tonight. I was like, I'm not doing anything. He was like, well, I'm here until 6. We're thinking about going to Magic City tonight. I was like, I am ready for this. I have got Sex of One at home. I am ready. Yeah, so I got his number, and yeah, I got his number. And so, yeah, now we'll see how things go. And I'm just really enjoying my day. I drove around that neighborhood for a little while. And I drove around just, like, downtown. I just, like, kind of, like, I just drove around for a while. No music, nothing. Like, life is so good. I don't need music. I just wanted to sit and, like, fully soak in and process everything that just happened. It's been a wild weekend. Like... This is not how I thought my weekend was gonna go, but it's been everything I could have ever wanted and so much more. Dear God, I am so very grateful. Eternally grateful from the depths of my soul. Gratitude. Okay. Yeah, so we'll see how things go. It's a good life. It is such a good fucking life. I'll go ahead and read the note I gave to Smino. Smee, the world is a better place with you in it. Thank you for following your heart and sharing your soul through your music. The art you create defies dimensions. No matter where I am in the world, my heart is brought home to St. Louis when I listen to your music. You as a person and as an artist inspires me and countless others to follow our dreams and put inspired action into our paths of passion and purpose. You are divine love and creation. You are a source of light in this life as God shines through you with clarity. I greatly respect how you value and give back to your community. It is an honor to exist in the same time and space together. I pray you continue to flourish in gratitude, peace, and prosperity. Inshallah. That was it, short, sweet, simple, to the point. There's so much more I could have said, though. I could have gone on and on and on, but there's no need to. Who knows? in at 4:44. No, I'm sorry. It's only 4:41. But 6:16 just showed up on license plate in the car in this parking lot. I'm like, still kind of hungry, but also my stomach kind of hurts. I don't know. It's a lot. Damn, my angel numbers are just everywhere today. Apple camera always surprises me.